Wait on him. Hit it!
All right, Rocket football fans, welcome to Week 2, the playoffs. The Rockets can advance to Round 3 with a win this week. We haven't been in the third round of the playoffs, Coach Courtney, in a couple of years. So we're excited for the opportunity to win this game, and we'll see a team that we've had a little tussle with and came up on the short end there against Bethlehem up there. And, oddly enough, that's the last game we lost. We won 5 in a row since then. So looking forward to this game. We appreciate everyone joining us this week. Our guests here on the Coach Courtney Coaches Show presented by Whitetail Properties and Mark Williams, agent. We have with us quarterback QB1 here. Micah Newcom is here and he's going to talk about his fine season. And then we have his running back, his backfield mate, Gattin Travis, grandson of Dan Wood, Magistrate Dan Wood, out in the 5th Magisterial District, 6th Magisterial District, and he's been serving as a magistrate for over 20 years, and he's not going to run it. Well, they had the election last night, and he didn't run this time, so he's been a great public servant, and you're proud to call him Grandpa, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Fine fellow. He better show some excitement. He'll have you out there working on the farm. So, Coach Courtney, let's get right on it. Bethlehem, a team, and that's the way you say it up there. It's Bethlehem. It's not Bethlehem like we read in the Bible in the Christmas story. This is Bethlehem, and it is a private school, and we've had our times with them before. We've played them, I think, 7 times. They've beaten us 5, I believe, and we've beaten them twice. Something like that. I can look that up here in just a minute, but that's pretty close. So this week, the big story coming into this is their quarterback's gone, Cooper Stone, who had thrown for around 2,500 yards this season. Incredible athlete. I saw where he posted on Twitter this week that he was going for a visit to Vandy UK game. So okay. I don't know which one's looking at him, but he was going to the game. So let's talk about Bethlehem and what they're going to pose for. So how you're trying to prepare for them with the changes, obviously, they have in their offense.
Yeah, just first off, just unfortunate, and for that kid and for them that happened. You don't want to see that for anybody, and we certainly don't want that either. We'd want them at full strength, but it is what it is, and that's the situation that we're in. But it does make it kind of weird and kind of tough a little bit. To prepare for them. We just don't know exactly what you're going to get. Are they going to go with more of an athlete back there and run heavy set? Are they going to go with their backup? Which, the kid is the leading passer in Class A, so his backup could still be pretty good. I have no idea who his backup is or how capable he is, but even his backup could be extremely good, and they could just keep it rolling. I just don't know. But we're late in the year now. This will be our 12th game. I feel that our defense, our team is comfortable with what we do, and that's just how we got to go into it. We've saw everything that you can see throughout a season, and we just got to be ready for all that throughout the year, all the experience that we've got, and just whatever they throw, hopefully that experience comes through, and that's what I've just been telling them. I don't know what they're going to do, but you've seen everything, so just be comfortable in that, just play fast, play together, and we'll be okay.
Mm-hmm. Of course, they have the running back, the Wycliffe boy. He played against us last year when we played.
He destroyed us
this year, and he's gotten much better this year. Great runner, but now if they don't have that deep passing game that they've had with Cooper Stone, maybe they don't loosen you up as much. You can pay a little more attention to this run.
Yeah, maybe. I looked at the scout report, honestly, from the first time we played them, and the number one thing on the scout report, even with their potent heavy offense, was to stop the run then. So really that was our focus going in the first game, and that'll be our focus here. It usually always is the first thing we want to do. Even if they're as good as that kid is and all the weapons he has, the receivers, I believe there's 3 in the top 5 in Class A too, that are and they're really solid as well. Still, if we can stop the run and then make them one-dimensional, then it makes things a lot better for us. So, yeah, but definitely the focus focus will be to stop the run. He's a really good player. Like I said, he absolutely destroyed us. We did not do a good job tackling him whatsoever, and he's a really good football player. And we got to do a better job to have a chance to win this game, because you would think no matter what that kid touches the ball more than normal. No matter what they do, whether it's backup, whether it's wildcat type stuff, you would think 35 is going to get more touches. Just it'll be easier to get it to the running back, and he's just such a good weapon for him. So we're going to have to handle him.
Yeah, and beyond him, I mean, he's piled up 1,200 and some odd yards already, but behind him there's not a lot of guys that's getting a lot of carries anyway, so he could get it 30 times a game.
Yeah, he could. He very well could, and that's a tough night. That's tough to defend.
We've this season, every time we've held an opponent to an average of 5 yards or less rushing, we've won the football game.
Really? Even 5?
5 yards, yeah. So the only teams this year that have rushed for more than that, Union County rushed for 7.89 yards per carry. In their game, Bethlehem 5.8 last time, Madisonville 5.5, Murray 5.3. So those are the games that we've lost this season.
Got to get them under the 5.
Got to get them under 5.
And you think that's a pretty big number, 5.
It is. Yeah. You would think.
Yeah, that's not what I would think that we needed today. That's an interesting stat. I hope that it's more like.
Well, we can think Andy Hunt. He digs all this stuff up. He's our numbers guy, and he's got that in his game notes. You can get all that stuff on rocketsfootball.com. You can read everything you want to know in depth.
Yeah.
You might want to start getting your scouting report off
maybe.
here.
I'm sure there's a lot of things I'm missing that he could help me with. That's for sure.
Well, let's visit with some of these guys right here. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to start with the quarterback, Micah Newcom. Of course, Micah's just had a tremendous year. We talked about he's kind of been around waiting his turn, and man, it's been his turn, and he's taken full advantage of it. Micah, so far this season, give you guys this little snippet of some highlights: 1,960 yards passing, 147 for 213. 147 out of 213 he's completed. That's pretty doggone good. 7 interceptions. I know you were kind of hanging your head last week. Couple of those. Maybe trying to force them in there to help Preston out a little bit.
Yeah, we were trying to get that record for him.
So we'll scratch those. We'll scratch those
That's
off.
What I was thinking.
Asterisk those. Yeah, but 25 touchdowns passing and 9 rushing, and you lead the team in rushing with 341 yards. And this guy right here is right behind you. In rushing, and then it falls way off after that. Nobody's within 100. So, Micah, let's just talk about your role as a quarterback. You stepped in, and what's been the I guess that coming into it, you had some expectations for yourself and some expectations of what the job would be. What has been maybe easier than you expected it would be, and then I'll just follow up to that be what's been tougher.
I mean, just playing itself has been easier than I thought it would be. Just making throws, making reads, stuff like that. That hasn't been as difficult as maybe I thought it would. Maybe with feeling like maybe I was a little undersized or something like that. But that's honestly worked out pretty well, and I feel like I've been able to do good in that area. But what's been more difficult, it's really just been like realizing the role that I have. Not being a loud vocal leader has been something I've had to work on through the year, and not that I'm great at it yet, but I'm getting better, and that's kind of been the thing for me this year. It's been difficult.
So you say you're undersized. What are you, 5'10", 5'11"?
We can say that.
5'9". What are you?
5'9".
5'9". Yeah. Of course, you still got a little growing to do, maybe.
So.
Yeah. And you see a lot of quarterbacks are maybe 6'2", 6'3", but now as far as strength and field, I mean, good size. And I know I see you out at the gym the entire off season, and have for a few years now. I know you work your tail off in the weight room and just staying fit. And you got a couple of people watching you pretty close at home on that too. Mom's a nutritionist and dad's the chiropractor and loves to get you in the gym. So
he's given me a lot of those workouts at that gym. So he's helped me out quite a bit with getting bigger and stronger. So.
Yeah, well, I know I see him out there coaching you up, and he's done a good job. Coach Courtney, I mean, what's made Micah just be able to roll right in here and follow a guy that, Luke Crider went on and played college football and set a bunch of records here and hey, he's just making everybody forget that we've had to make a change at quarterback.
Yeah, I think everything. I mean, he's been working his tail off for a long time. He's been waiting for this moment. I remember him and Coach Thompson working him out when he was just a young kid. I knew when it was his time, he was going to be ready. He's smart. He works hard. Everything. Coachable. Everything you want in a quarterback or in a football player, period. He's just been waiting his time. So there was really, honestly, the one thing he talked about, being a leader, being vocal, I knew those things would be a little bit of a struggle for him. He's just quiet, and he always does his job and all that. But as a quarterback, he's got to be able to get after people sometimes. He's got to be able to get the huddle straight. And I've seen great strides in that this year, and I think he's doing an outstanding job leading the offense. So, yeah, just been waiting his time. Everything we expected, really.
Yeah. We'll come back to you in just a minute, Micah. I got a couple more questions I want to ask you, but let's jump over here and visit with Gattin Travis. Gattin, of course, a lot of tough people come from Shady Grove, right?
Yeah.
That's where you've cut your teeth out there, and that's the hard lands out in Shady Grove.
Yeah.
It's hard to get to town from Shady Grove, is what it is. Especially when you're young and don't have a driver's license. You're driving now, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier these days.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad don't have to bring you in. Well, Dad was a pretty good football player himself. He was an incredible linebacker, and you remind me of him quite a bit. Talk to me a little bit about your game. Now, coming in, I know last year you seemed a little frustrated last year. I would watch you on the sideline, and maybe you didn't feel like you hit the hole quick enough, or you maybe put the ball on the ground a time or two, and you got frustrated early. It was early in the season, but this year I've seen a lot more confidence out of you, and it's changed your game. So did the switch just go off somewhere? Is there some event this season or when did that boost of confidence really take you through the next level?
I don't really know. I just I mean, in the off season, I just decided that I wasn't gonna let that happen anymore, and I don't really know.
Yeah, it's just a mental thing then.
Yeah,
it wasn't physical, and I think all the coaches way back saw that in him. You just had to get your mind, and it's funny how sports is such a mental game. Isn't it? What do you do to prepare yourself for a game? Have you changed the way you prepare yourself for each game or practice?
Not really. I mean, I feel like I'm more focused. Like I just think about what I'm doing before every game, and I re-go over all the scouting reports and all that. But nothing too different.
Of course, as you get older, things change. I mean, you're a junior now.
Yeah.
Both of you are juniors. When you're a freshman and a sophomore, it doesn't sink in, doesn't maybe mean as much to you sometimes. I don't know. But then you realize, hey, I'm a part of this team, and I have to perform. It's part of my responsibility. Is some of that? Do you feel that pressure on you?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, all the time.
You like that? Are you starting to enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, I like it when I have the ball and everybody else is watching me. It's a good feeling.
Feels good, doesn't it? Where everybody in the stands, hundreds of people, and you bust one open, and you like it. That's what brings you back every week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And at Rocket Stadium is a little nicer there.
Yeah, Rocket Stadium's different than anywhere else I played.
Yeah. What makes it different?
The atmosphere. It's a different type of energy, a different feeling.
It's that home field advantage, isn't it? And it's the music and the announcer and just the crowd stays into the game.
Yeah. It's just everything's on point when you're at Rocket Stadium. I mean, like everything's so much more intense.
And we played Bethlehem up there and played got into the third quarter, and that was a close one possession game in the third quarter, and then the wheels kind of came off.
Yeah.
A couple of turnovers and big strikes, and then all of a sudden that game looks awfully lopsided on the scoreboard if you weren't there. What do you feel now that you have these guys coming in here, and we know they don't have their quarterback, we don't know what they've got behind him. What are your thoughts going into this game?
I mean, I don't really know who's going to be playing quarterback, so I don't know how that aspect's going to go. But playing at Rocket Stadium is just going to be. I feel like it's going to be so much different. The atmosphere is going to be there. We're going to be ready. I mean, practice has been good all week, and I think we're ready for whatever they have.
Now, so, part of the bad part of getting this far into the playoffs is you have to play football the night before deer season, right?
Yeah,
You're a deer hunter, aren't you?
Somewhat.
Yeah. So that doesn't create any problem for you. You're ready to go. It's Rocket Stadium Friday night. At least we're not in Louisville or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Talk a little bit about Gattin, Coach, and what he's. Don't you? I think this year I just see so much more confidence.
Last year, towards the end of the year, I thought it started coming along, playoff time. But then the off season, what it comes down to, I don't think it's anything that he does different before games and stuff. I'm sure it means more to you as you get older, but. The work he put in the off season. We're working ball security all the time. We're in gym class. He's having to walk around and hold a football. All that. I mean, as soon as the season ended, we knew he's got to be able to hold the football. He's too good to run the ball. He can't put it on the ground. How many times have you lost any fumbles this year?
No.
None. It's because it's the preparation that he put in the off season. And that's how everything ends up working out. The kids that work for it end up being really good. He's had a lot of ability already, and then he works his hind end off. And this is the position he's in, set himself up for a great year, and just really proud of him. One of my favorite things about him, he has split time back there in the backfield because we got a lot of people that touch it. And I talked about this before, but he's always allowed us cheerleader for whoever else has got the ball. And that just makes me so happy as a coach. Just as running back especially, he loves touching the ball. He wants the ball. They want the ball.
He wants people to see.
Yeah, give me 20, 30 carries a game. That can do it, and he can. But there's a lot of other guys, too, on the team. And I just really appreciate that about him. He's team first and really shows that. And I think, like I've said before, for us to make a run, that's the way we have to be. And I think us making the change, that's been the biggest change, that we're coming together as a team and continue to. And things like that are why.
Yeah, and that's something I want to talk about next, and we'll get a couple more questions for these guys. First, I want to recognize some of our partners here. Of course, Whitetail Properties presents our coaches show every week, and then we have some other partners that certainly are big players for us, just like these guys. Frazier Law Office, see Bart Frazier for all your legal needs. Clark's Marion True Value for your full service lumber, hardware, and steel dealer. Tanner Tabor down at YTG Insurance. Tanner is a former Rocket, and he can help you with all your insurance needs. Deer Lakes Golf Course, Rick Hughes, the pro down there. Of course, Big D, Devin Belt, the baseball coach, works down there too. They've got a nice 18-hole golf course down in Salem. Check them out. Whitetail Properties, of course, and Mark Williams, agent. Find your middle of nowhere with those guys. They can find your farm, whatever you want, whatever you're looking for to hunt or farm it, whatever you want to do. Riley Tool and Machine, owner Todd Riley. He's also voice of the Rockets. He gets you guys going, doesn't he? Hey, we love to listen to Todd Riley. He does such a great job. Full Body Fitness, Serena Dickerson, trainer, and you know her too. She keeps everything in line as Booster Club president. Heritage Golf the Heritage Golf Course at Marion Country Club. Golf bingo, billiards, Mulligan's Restaurant, and disc golf. We don't say frisbee golf. Remember, don't say it. Don't call it that. Par 4 Plastics. Look for their products on vehicles, gun stocks, and your Walmart laundry baskets. You can pick up things they make right there. Did you guys know that? A lot of people don't know they make laundry baskets, gun stocks. A lot of stuff. Hodges Sports and Apparel has your game day Rocket gear, and First United Bank. Charlie Day's the lending agent down there. Micah, back to you real quick. You've got a lot. Like Coach Courtney was talking about, a lot of guys want the football to run the ball. You got a lot of guys that want to catch it and go with it too. Every game, it seems like we're going to. Last week, I think we went to six or seven different guys caught a ball. 6 for sure. Mm-hmm. How do you spread the ball out? And the big question I want to ask you is, who do you wish? I mean, I know you have your favorite guys, but who do you wish that you could get it to more? But because they can make things happen. Is there anybody like that? I mean, we know Caleb and Preston. Those guys are incredible.
I mean, we've got so many playmakers. Pretty much, you can get the ball to any one of them, and they'll make something happen. You know, I mean. Like you said, Caleb Preston, Caden Howard, Case Cates, Raleigh, Case, Gattin and Tyler out of the backfield. I mean, pretty much anywhere you go, and Rowan Perkins too. I mean, give him the ball, he's gonna get past somebody. So anybody that we get the ball to pretty much can make a play. So.
Mm-hmm. Is there anybody in particular you think, gosh, I wish I could get that? Okay, I may vote for Caden Howard. I mean, he's really.
I'd love to get Caden, especially since he's a freshman and can do all that stuff. It's awesome to get him the ball. But me and Case this whole year have been trying to get a receiving touchdown. And last week we got one. They got called back. So we were upset about that.
And he had some nice hands on that ball, too.
Yeah, it was a good play. And he's made a lot of good catches this year. But
he threw a big one last week, too. Watch him. He may slip it up on you.
Got a little nervous after that play. But
So, similar question, too, for you, Gattin. So, if you can't get the ball in the backfield, who you want carrying it? Don't throw any buddies under the bus, but who you looking at?
I'd have to say either Levi or Tyler.
Yeah. Tyler's been getting a lot of touches lately, doing a good job running football.
Tyler's a really good runner. I mean, he's just shifty, and he doesn't want to go down. I mean, he's physical.
He is for a guy his size. His brother was the same way, Cody.
Yeah.
Just look at him out of pads. He's just a stick, but man,
they're tough.
Tough. Take a hit and give one too. You know. Coach Courtney, this week, let's talk a little bit more about Bethlehem. Again, third round of the playoffs. We went to the third round of the playoffs at 17, 18, 19, and 20. And the last couple of years.
Just last year is the only time.
Yeah, 20. Okay,
Yep.
20. Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes Jethro Bodine. Do you remember Jethro? He wasn't much of a cipher. He was on the Beverly Hillbillies. He couldn't count. I'm kind of like Jethro sometimes. I get my numbers all mixed up. But so we're looking to get back and make something happen here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Bethlehem stands in the way of that. They kind of seem like that team you got to get by to go on a run. Like, they're always going to be there. They're always going to be good. It seems like with the cross districts going to back they were. The last 2 years been a little different, but every year before that we knew Bethlehem's the team you kind of got to get across if you're going to – that's the first team that you really know is going to be good every year. And they're a good program, really well coached. We got a lot of respect for them. Really smart. Got us on that fake knee last year. It was really impressive. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They knee it before the half, and then they go down to fake another one. Their whole team's walking off the sideline, and they just bomb it. Luckily, it was overthrown, but just stuff like that. Just really, really good coaches, really drawn up. You can tell attention to detail stuff. So we got a lot of respect for them, and we know we're going to have to play really well to win this football game.
And that game last year went down to the wire, too. And I remember we scored 13 points, I believe, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And there was one point, I don't know if it was during the game or after, you looked at me or something and said, it feels like we're winning.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had a lot of momentum. And the other game this year.
Ran out of clock.
The game like that this year turned into that for a second. We were playing bad and getting beat bad early. I don't know what the score, 21-0 maybe, or 28, and then it goes 28-7.
It was 21-7.
Yeah, we were down a lot early, and then when third quarter starts, I'm pretty sure we're down 21 in the third quarter, and then Caleb about takes the kickoff back, and then we just start rolling, just like last year. Get a pick the next series, go right down and score, then we're just down 7, just like that. But then it fell off like that. So we got to play a full game against them to beat them. That's not going to be enough. With the last 2 years, we've played a quarter good, a half good. We know we're going to have to put together a full game to win.
That's a tough place to play up there, and it's tough to play down here too. That trip is in there. We had we coined it the meltdown in Bardstown back a few years ago. We were up, and that's when Hunter was quarterback, and just the wheels just fell off late. It's a tough place to play. They have an energy in that stadium.
They do. It's about the opposite of Rocket Stadium, though. We were far back from everything. The track
they've changed it a little bit.
I think it's different than it used to be. Really nice field, really nice facility, but everything is just so far off of you. It's kind of weird. The kids felt like they were so far away from me. I felt like I was way back. It was hard to communicate. Just different. Just the opposite, the spacing of it, way different from Rocket Stadium.
Well, I wanted to recognize a few more of our partners, and then we'll kind of get the last segment of the show here. Of course, broker and agent Mark Williams at Whitetail Properties do so much for us, so much for the community too, and particularly sports. Johnson's Furniture and Appliance. Shop local for your appliances and furniture. It's family-owned local business here on Main Street in Marion. La Delicia Restaurant, open 7 days a week in the Darwin Plaza. They call it the New Mexican. Y'all ever go out there? Pretty good.
I go out there all the time.
You like it. You like Mexican here. Wish we had a Japanese restaurant too.
Yeah.
H&H Home and Hardware. You can pick up just about anything you need for any project. That's our little Walmart department store. Is H&H Home and Hardware. They've got it all down there. Seaplant Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative with offices in Main Street. You guys are looking for a new vehicle. They're the cheapest rates around. Like 4.5% interest, 5% interest. It's pretty good. So tell Cat and Dan, Grandpa, if he'll sign for you, get you a new pickup truck. Okay. Colonel Ag, Corey and Blake Colonel, and they're out there. They're tearing it up with all the equipment. They're not tearing equipment up; they're fixing it. Everybody else tears equipment up, but Crittenden County boys doing good in the Colonel Ag business. So, we've got to stop Wycliffe, the running back. We know that. Cooper Stone, the quarterback's out. We don't know what his backup is. But who they've got these receivers, the Popovich kid, number 1, Osborne. Those guys have like 36 receptions apiece.
Osborne and Ray, I believe there's 3.
Yeah,
right?
Ray. Yeah, the Ray kid's got
really
32, number 4. Yeah,
year.
and he's one of their deep guys too.
Yeah, they all can
all
take off. All 3 really good. I get them mixed up between 1 and 11. One of them's bigger than the other one and plays defensive end. I get mixed up, but really physical. But they all can take off the top off of it. All got good hands. All can run after the catch. All pretty solid all the way around. Yeah. So that's 3 guys, and that's I'd say they find ways to get them touches. I don't think they just stay out of the game.
Right.
I've been trying not to play too many scenarios in my head, and just we'll come out and see when we see it and do the best we can with it. But you would think, as good as they are, they're going to be touching the ball somehow.
Right.
I don't know how that is, but.
And our safeties and corners will have to be prepared if they still. I mean, like you said, when you got one of the top quarterbacks in Class A that's calling the shots, they might have a Micah Newcom sitting back there, ready to rock and roll too.
Say that would have happened last year, we would have put Micah right in. I felt like we would have continued doing exactly what we do, and they may. And I have no idea.
So you can't take this team lightly.
No.
They're a good team. They're a seasoned team, like
Absolutely.
you said, well coached, a lot of tradition. We really want to get this win. Like I said, they put it on us a little bit, 63-35 late. And feel like we got something to prove, don't we, guys? I mean, what are y'all thinking going into this? What are you thinking, Gattin?
I'm thinking we got to win. I mean,
it's win or go home, right? It's win or go deer hunting now.
Yeah, I don't feel like being done yet.
Micah, what do you think about this week? What do we have to do to beat this team?
We just need to. Well, we need to do what we've been doing at practice this week and just execute it right. I feel like the stuff we put in defensively, offensively will work, and I feel like everybody's really focused, and as long as we keep that focus, we'll have a good night.
Yeah. So just kind of to paint the picture on this, if we can win this football game, then we would go to Campbellsville if Campbellsville beats Holy Cross. Because in an even number year, this is 2022, the even number district would host if 2 number 1 teams play one another, right?
Mm-mm.
No, different.
RPI now.
Oh, it's RPI now,
Third
so
round.
they've changed that
Yep.
to third round.
Yep, third round.
Okay, well, but it would
Now,
still
to the west.
stay.
But you're still right. That's
They would
still
still
the way
play
that
them,
would be.
and then Holy Cross, would they come here? But we would have to go there
because
too.
you go
So
back
they're
to
above
RPI,
us. Goes
true.
back to RPI. Doggone it! I like the old system.
Yeah, me too.
I like the old
Me
system.
too. I
Yeah.
wish we would go.
This
100%.
RPI, slips in on you.
And then we don't do it, then you do it, and first year round. It
Right.
gets like, I don't know. I wish we'd do away with it too. But
Yeah, let's draw this up and leave it for a few years so we can get used to it. Instead of throwing us a curve. Tickets this week, $7 on Ticket Leap.
Yep, same as last week.
The link is on rocketsfootball.com. You can go on there and purchase your ticket. Boy, we had a lot of people lately, I think, have been a little upset about having to buy these. You're getting some people wanting to come watch these guys. They're on a roll, and maybe some of the older crowd. I've heard a lot of complaints.
Not knowing how.
Not like,
Just not knowing how to do it online.
Yeah. They just
Come to the gate and they'll help you out though.
Yeah.
If it's just like a technology problem, we want all y'all there.
Yeah.
Come to the gate. The gate workers will help you purchase it right there on the right. And next year we're going to try to do some things to make it a little bit more user friendly.
Yeah.
We're going to work on it because I know I wouldn't like it either. I know people don't. It's just where we're at right now, but we will try to make it more user friendly.
I had a fella come to the office today and asked me, he said, can you buy
Buy it for
me a ticket
Yeah.
and print it out for
Yeah,
me? And
my
I did.
dad's the same way. He's like,
Yeah.
I have no idea. I can't go. I don't know how to do it. And
Yeah.
he's just hard headed. He don't want to ask nobody for help, so he's just not going. You know, he just
Right.
might not go.
Right. So kickoff 7:00. Last week we started a little earlier because of Fort Knox. I guess they had to get home. They didn't have deer season up
Yeah,
there.
no.
But Bethlehem don't care. They're
Yeah,
on
no special requests this
No,
week,
yeah.
so we just kept it at 7.
7:00.
Yep.
All right. So gosh, this week, guys, just looking forward to watching you guys play. We don't want this to be it now.
No.
We don't. You got seniors out there. We don't. This is not their last game.
Nope.
Okay, we're gonna win this one. We're gonna get on the bus next week. We're gonna go somewhere to the east.
Yeah, somewhere.
somewhere,
Probably.
somewhere to the east, and we're gonna keep rolling. We got a few more games to go, and we get to where? Where we going?
State.
Kroger Field.
There, that's what everybody kept saying after the game last week. All I was hearing was Kroger. We're going to Kroger. We're going to get some groceries, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see these guys in action Friday night at Rocket Stadium. And Coach Courtney, best of luck.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you there. Kickoff 7 p.m.